This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Zinger travel trailer, model 331BH. Okay, this is a how-to video, not a floor plan video, so I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So we have an outside kitchen here with water and a refrigerator. You also have a cooktop here, and it's just two burners. Okay, now you have to plug the LP line in. See, it's got a quick connect fitting here, and that plugs in. Here, let me get this back here. That plugs in right here. Okay. We also have power stabilizers. One switch controls both rear, the other one controls both front. Okay. We have a power awning with LED strip. Two entry doors. This one goes right straight into the bathroom, so kids don't have to run through the trailer. You have TV hookup here, signal out and power. This little crank here is for the power tongue jack. So if the power tongue jack ever fails, you can pull this rubber plug off the top, put the crank on there and crank it manually. Get yourself out of trouble. Two LP tanks, deep cycle marine battery, and this is the kill switch for the battery if you ever want to turn it off, disconnect it. And this over here, that's just a hookup in case you wanted to purchase a solar panel to charge the battery. That's all. Okay, so we have an outside shower. Your water hookups here. This is your city water hookup, which is the most common way to get water to the trailer, obviously. This one here is the fill for the fresh water tank. So if you don't have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. So even if you're boondocking somewhere, you can still use all the plumbing. This is a black tank flush, so after you dump your black tank, leave the valve open like it states on this sticker here. Leave the dump valve open. Hook the hose at the dump station right on there and turn it on. It'll spray out the inside of your tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. So that's a good thing to do when you're if you have a working hose at the dump station that hasn't been run over. This is your water heater. The controls are inside the trailer. I'll show you those when we get in there. This is where you drain it right here, and never run the water heater without water in it. That's important. So if you drain it because you're not going to be camping for a while, make sure you refill it before you turn on the electric element or the gas burner. Okay? Never drain it when it's hot. Let the pressure out of it before you unscrew the cap, because it's under pressure. You'll get soaked anyway. So that's another good reason never to do it when it's warm or hot. Okay, there's two more dump valves because you have two bathrooms in here, or two toilets in here, I should say. So that means you have two black tanks. So this is the rear black tank and rear gray tank. Your shore cord is a 50 amp cord. It's a 50 amp system. We give you a reducer to reduce it down to a 30, and then another one to go down to a 20. This housing tells us it's pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera kit, so if you ever want to add that, you can do that. It's already pre-wired. Also, while we're looking up, remember to inspect your roof every 60 days or so. Check for cracking or separation at the sealant. Make sure you look at the roofing material and the roofing attachments. Make sure they weren't damaged by, let's say, low branches or road debris, anything like that. Okay. Inspecting your roof is part of the regular maintenance, so you really need to do it. It's important. You're just protecting your investment. So Okay. Okay. Oh, we got the AC going in here. Okay. So this device right here is your power converter. Okay. This converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged in, you have 110 AC right here, and you have 110 AC circuit breakers like you have at home. They're all labeled here. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. So you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. This is also a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged in, it's going to sense how much energy your battery has. Somebody's moving me here. It's going to sense how much energy your battery has, and it'll, as long as you're plugged in, it'll charge it up. It'll send as many amps up there as necessary to keep it charged. Okay. Okay. Thermostat is just an analog thermostat. It's pretty straightforward. Try to keep the fan on auto. That's the best way to do it. And there's your options, of course. Okay. Your keys are hanging here on the sink. Microwave works like any other microwave. You have a range hood here, and you have your range itself right here. So these three knobs here in the center are for the burners. This one there is for the oven, and this is the sparker. You turn clockwise. I don't know if he's got the gas turned on. We'll find out. No. But you're just going to turn it on, and then you're going to spark by going clockwise. Okay. The oven has a pilot light down here all the way to the back. So you're going to go to the oven knob. You're going to go to the picture of the pilot. Depress it, keep it depressed, spark it till it lights down here. After it lights, you're still holding this in, and you hold it for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you can go to operating temperature. The thing is, when you shut it off, the pilot light goes out too, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. I think they discovered I'm in here. So, all right, this is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. Okay, that's important, obviously. You have a GFCI here. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI. So if you're using even the one on the outside. So if you're using something outside that pops, you can reset it inside here. Okay, this is a 12 volt DC compressor refrigerator. It's very simple. Temperature up and down, and then you have different modes. These are economy modes, nighttime. So it just uses less energy. So at night you can kick it down and save a little bit of energy. This table right here can come off the table mount, and you can set it right on these cleats here, use the cushions and turn it into a bed. You have some theater seats right here, okay, which also jackknife flat, okay. Okay, so your sound bar is just FM radio, no AM. You have a USB drive, so you could put all your albums onto one USB drive and take them with you, whatever. You have Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. You got two speaker zones, A and B. A is inside the trailer, B is outside the trailer. So it does everything you need. That's the remote for it there. You also have I think you unplugged me in, so I can't turn the fireplace on. But this is the remote for the fireplace. You can change the fire, the look of it. You can it's got a timer, so you can set the timer, and you can set the temperature, that sort of thing. Works off AC shore power. So on those days where you don't quite need to use the furnace, you don't have to use up your limited supply of LP. You can just use this and use campground power. Okay. So the bunk room, this jackknife's flat down here also. Obviously this goes up and you can attach it right there on both sides to get it out of the way when you're sitting there. Another bunk here. Your TV mount and everything here, plus hookups right there. So you can put a TV there. Emergency escape window. Now this is this trailer is pre-wired for a second air conditioner. That's what this is all about here. That's what this sticker's telling us. So if you wanted to add a second AC, it's a pretty simple install. We do that here. You can drop one right in here, and you got a second air conditioner if you need it. Of course, this is the bathroom we're looking at from the outside. There's another GFCI. Okay. Let's go this way. Okay. So, he's got the still got the vacuum here. We're still cleaning it. He's washing the outside right now. So, the shower works like any other shower. Always make sure you latch it when you're traveling, because it will. Whoops! I'm sorry about my camera work. I'm not focusing today here. Always latch it when you're traveling, otherwise it will break. If you slam the two sides together hard enough. Sink works like any other sink. The toilet works like all RV toilets, in that it sits right over a black tank. It's got a flush pedal on it. You can't use it dry. By dry I mean no chemical or water in the black tank. So when you get to the campground, your black tanks are going to be empty, right? So you hook up your power and your water. You'll come in here and you'll put a dose of chemical right in the bowl, and you'll step on the pedal, and water will come swirling out. And you step on this long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there, along with the chemical, and then you're set. You do the same thing for the toilet in the back. But you can't use it dry. If you don't do that, the smell will be terrible, plus it'll get clogged up. So always use a dose of chemical and at least a gallon of water when starting out. Now if you're gonna, let's say you're gonna stay at the campground for another week, but you had to dump your black tank, well then you'd come back in here after you dumped it, you'd come back here and repeat the procedure. So yeah, never run it dry. There's some storage underneath the bed. You have TV hookups here. Now these lights here, you see there's a button here and a button here. You can actually shut those off. This is just telling us the digital signal booster is on. These LEDs, you always want it on, because if you don't do that, you won't get a good signal, and so you always want that glowing green. This is telling us there's a backer plate here for a bracket. And of course your window, your escape window, works like they pretty much all do. You would push this all the way through, then you grab a hold of the screen or the tab and pull the screen loose, and you can escape during an emergency. There's one in the bunk room also. Okay, let's see what else we have. Excuse me. I think we've pretty much covered it. Let me look around a little bit. Okay, yes. Okay, one last thing. So this is another pre-wire here. So what this is what this is telling us is that most people don't pay attention to the 4G part, but the Wi-Fi booster is pretty popular. So if you were to scan this and go to the website, you can learn more about it. But the kit would consist of an antenna that goes on the roof. There's also a spot for the antenna. And the router, which is a box that's maybe 10 inches square. And so basically all your family's devices, your phones and tablets would attach to the router, and then you would attach the router to the public Wi-Fi, by going to the page and picking out the public Wi-Fi. So it's a really good signal booster and that sort of thing. So this is pre-wired for that if you're interested in getting better Wi-Fi. Okay. All right. So I think that's pretty much it. So Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I was saying about inspecting the roof. That's important. It's part of your regular maintenance. Right now this is, the antifreeze has been purged from the system, replaced with fresh water. The water heater is in camping mode, and it's full with water right now, so it's ready to go. Never run the water heater without water in it, remember that. So, okay, thank you.